Hi, welcome to Pleasure Sports. Today we're going to take a look at the Oneill Heat. This comes in a 3.2 millimeter. That means the central core, legs, and back are 3 millimeter thick, and the arms are 2 millimeter. It also comes in a 4.3 millimeter, which means it's 4 in the core and 3 in the arms. These are identical in construction except for the thickness. We're looking at the outside of the suit here on the left, and on the right we're going to look at the interior in about 2 minutes. What we're looking at here with the heat is a lot of heat retaining properties were put into the design. For example, this chest panel is wind resistant. It's also water repellent, so water hits it and drips off and wind can't penetrate it. Your central organs in your body are in your core, so front and back. And that's where you're going to see the shark skin material all the way down here covering the kidneys to keep the core warm, because it's what's pumping the blood out to your extremities. On the inside of this particular suit, we're going to see the back of that shark skin panel here. And what we have here is a laminate on the inside of the neoprene that is heat retaining, and it also wicks away water. So this is really lightweight neoprene. It's called the Ultraflex Firewall, was what the red materials that we're looking at. So this is a thermal insulation technology, again, reflecting the heat back to your body. So the heat retention, it also wicks away water, and they call that hydrophobic, and they call it gumballistic, and that's the whole suit. And that's because this suit is really stretchy, really gummy. The neoprene used throughout the heat is new. It's 100% throughout the whole suit. It's Ultraflex DS neoprene. That's a proprietary neoprene that's really gummy in the suit. This is a sealed seam suit. If you take a look at the stitching here, in the manufacturing process, they first glue it together, and then they apply a blind stitch, which only penetrates both sides of the neoprene halfway through. So on the inside, you don't see a stitch. What we have here is again, single welded exterior. We'll take a look at the interior of this suit here. Same spot. So what we see here is a single weld all the way around the chest plate, because you don't see the weld around the chest plate. So you actually get to see it on the interior of the suit. Where you see the weld on the exterior of the suit, like between the shoulder and the arm, you don't see a weld on the interior. So it's a single fluid seam on the weld. Some suits have a double. This one has a single. The advantage of a single, in some cases, over a double, is that the stretch is a little bit more flexible in the suit itself. Take a look at the collar here. We have a really nice proprietary collar that they have. It's a roll neck glide skin. So this is actually 2 pieces of neoprene that I'm rolling with my fingers. This glide skin actually creates a seal between your skin and the glide skin, so water doesn't flush into the wetsuit. That way you have less flushes through the suit. The less water that's in the suit, the warmer you stay, because you don't have to have your body reheating that new water in the suit. I want you to take a look down here at the knee pads. These are abrasion resistant, and these are their proprietary knee pads. Again, this is to help prevent the nylon on the outside of the wetsuit, the laminate, from ripping up and shredding. So it's really nice as well. On the lower leg, it's the right leg calf. We have a little stash pocket here that you can hide your key, and so there's a little key loop in here as well. So if you have a non-electronic key, you can put it here and stash it in your lower leg, which is nice as well. On the inside of the suit, on the back, you can take a look at the zipper and more of the firewall paneling on the interior. This is a flap on the inside of the suit. Some suits don't have that. This is really great. This gives you a little bit more lumbar protection from the zipper itself. You can see it's double. This first goes over, and then this does too. And what that actually prevents, when you're in the water and say you go through a wave, is that this actually prevents water from flushing into the suit as well, because this is another area that water could actually penetrate the suit. Another thing I want to draw your attention to is the lower lumbar. If you look at a lot of different suits like I do, you'll notice that they're constructed in different ways, and what's great about the heat is that there is no seams in this lower lumbar panel. That makes the suit a little bit more expensive because this is a larger piece of neoprene. So I can actually straddle a board or sit in a kayak, and I'm going to feel a little bit more natural and a little less constricted because there isn't a seam running here through the lower lumbar. Another great feature you see in this suit is if I hold it to the side, you can actually see it has pre-bent knees and elbows. That's an anatomically engineered suit. So it's actually designed in 3D, and then materials cut out in a 3D form. That's why it actually looks like a body could actually be in these calves. Because it's actually 3D design and 3D engineering, you have less fabric that could be loose within the suit, and that way water doesn't pool inside of it. So again, we have an anatomically cut suit, again, all moving towards staying warmer, and again, where it gets its reputation is being called the heat. A couple of the things I like, features in the wrist, we have these neoprene strips of rubber here. This is a great feature. It helps the wrist from not blowing out over time, which is nice. It pops it back into form. This little fold over on the neoprene also acts as something that will actually keep retain the shape at the wrist, so we don't have water flushing up into the suit over time. You'll see that feature at the wrist, and you'll also see this great feature down at the ankles, which is we have our feet that go through this little hole, and we don't want those to blow out over time. So you'll see that piece of rubber helping water prevent flushing, and also to help keep the seal in its integrity over time. Okay? Really great suit. Again, high-end, wonderful features, adjustable collar here. You can see it's a short zip. A short zip means that you have less restriction in the body. Like I said, the lower lumbar has no seams, but we also don't have a zipper that comes really way low. These zippers are rigid, so they actually can limit the stretch in the material. So the shorter the zipper, in some cases, the more flex you're going to get from them. So we have a wonderful suit, sealed seam, glued and blind stitch, comes in two thicknesses, the 3.2mm and the 4.3mm. If I missed any details on the heat by O'Neill, you can learn more about it on our website at pleasuresports.com.